Hey, folks, always happy to be with you here at BigOnSports.com. Follow along on Facebook and Twitter at Big On Sports. Brian Blessing coming to you from Las Vegas, and what a great weekend we've got in store with the Breeders' Cup. Other than the Derby and the Triple Crown Chase, it is the biggest day, or days, shall we say, Friday and Saturday in horse racing. Santa Anita Park is the setting. The best horses in the world are competing, and this is one of the best renditions ever of the Breeders' Cup, with stars on display in so many various categories, an opportunity to really make a nice score. Just hit one or two of these races, and believe me, you can catch a big balloon number. Now, the Breeders' Cup Classic always takes center stage, and Horse of the Year honors likely are on the line for this. And California Chrome is the biggest star of the day at Santa Anita Park, especially in California. They love California Chrome, and he is the even money favorite in this $6 million event at 1.25 miles. But he's going to face a pretty tough task. Bob Baffert's got Arrogant. This individual just blossomed on the scene at Saratoga. Track record at Saratoga in the Travers, and a figure that if he runs back to that race is going to give California Chrome all he can handle. And you're looking at Arrogant. The number 10 is the second choice at 5-2 with Mike Smith, the winningest jockey of all time in the Breeders' Cup. If these two get frisky and get in a speed duel on the front end, watch out for Frosted, the number 2 at 5-1, to come roaring up from off the pace. Now, that's the marquee race, but there are really big betting opportunities throughout the cards on both Fridays and Saturday. But some of the other races on Saturday, never sleep on the European runners on the turf. Bottom line is the European turf horses are better than the turf horses in North America, generally speaking, and we get overlaid prices on a daily basis when these horses come to the States for the first time and compete on Lasix for the first time, and you get these massive overlaid prices because people keep thumbing their nose at these European horses. Don't do it. It's a mistake. The Turf Mile, race 11 on the card Saturday, is a great race, and Tepin is a star, but the bottom line is Tepin had an 8-race winning streak snapped by, in a race by photo call with Kent DeSormo aboard, who just went to the front and got a big lead, and Tepin didn't have time to make up the distance. Now, Tepin was pointing for this race, and really this is the race that matters. The one I like in the race is Lamato. It's 7-2, comes off a 3-1 victory in a Grade 1 race at Chantilly in France. I think Lamato comes over here and scoops up the dough in the Turf Mile. Now, the Turf is another great race. The Breeders' Cup Turf with Ektot at 8-1, one that comes off a front-running score, could dictate the pace in the race, but we're talking about stars. Flintshire is just a stud from Europe, 5-2, but was a runner-up to Ektot last time. If Ektot doesn't bounce and repeats that effort, is one that could be a player. And the number 10, Found, at 3-1, has massive time form ratings. That one would be my top pick in the Breeders' Cup Turf. But the race that we should talk about, from a wagering perspective, and one that has impact down the road, is the Juvenile, because the winner of the Breeders' Cup Juvenile will end up being the favorite in future wagers for the Kentucky Derby. We're talking about the 2-year-olds trying to make a name for themselves, and in this race there are some really good horses to consider. You've got the California-based runners, Glimpse with Bob Baffert. Everybody really thought the world of this horse, but last time out, number 7, Gormley, got the win in front-running fashion with Victor Espinoza aboard. And I got news for you, they could have gone around the track 3 times, and Glint wasn't going to beat Gormley. He could fire another big shot for trainer John Sherris with Victor Espinoza aboard. And then the one I'm taking a long, hard look at is Theory. Theory is 12-1, and this one it has Todd Pletcher as the conditioner with Javier Castellano aboard with 2 monster 6-furlong wins. Stretches out, goes a route of ground around 2 turns for the first time, and at 12-1, I think we're going to get a real nice price on Theory in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, and I think this could be a horse that we hear from next year in the Triple Crown Chase. Just focus on the Breeders' Cup, pick 3s, pick 4s, exact as tries, because the pools are so big, you get overlaid prices, real money-making opportunities for you. Saturday, I take center stage at Santa Anita Park. It's Friday and Saturday, 2 great days of racing. So focus in on the Breeders' Cup. Find that opportunity that you think you can step up to the plate with confidence with a long shot. And don't be afraid, because horses that have pointed for this particular race. Great money-making opportunities at the Breeders' Cup. It's going to be a fun weekend of racing at St. Anita Park. Always great to be with you here at BigOnSports.com. Brian Blessing in Las Vegas. Follow along on Facebook and Twitter at Big On Sports. And if you like this betting information, you want more, hit the subscribe button right at the conclusion of this video. Best of luck this weekend in the Breeders' Cup.